Alrighty, everybody, welcome to the Casual Sports Talk podcast. Who is the GOAT edition? And now we got two people that's going to try to say who is the GOAT. We got Christopher here who realizes where are the GOATs in Ohio. Here's Chris.
Well, thank you, Stu. Thank you for the kind introduction, as always.
Yes. And now we got a man right over here on the right who has his own prayer circle for Tom Brady. Here's Douglas.
Where do you get this info, Stu?
Maybe
for JJ.
Yes. You see, I secretly stalk you, Douglas, and I know what you do. Every college football, you have your Tom Brady prayer circle right there.
Yeah, my camper's just a giant Tom Brady shrine. So.
Yes.
I went in his camper and I saw the shrine of Tom Brady. It's there.
No.
Yeah.
No. Gentlemen, aren't you impressed that I literally just thought of that on the fly? I just did not.
Out of what?
I thought of that idea on the fly. Come on. That was at least cool.
4 out of 10, Stu. Good effort.
Yeah, maybe 3.5, 4 is really stretching it.
Boo these people right now. But anyway.
If I'm being honest, Stu, I don't understand the GOAT in Ohio thing. Can you?
Yeah, when you introduced me, what was the GOAT in Ohio? Or you mean the GOAT from
there
Ohio?
hasn't been any sports people that were the GOAT in Ohio. I'm just saying.
What about LeBron?
Yes, sir. LeBron is from Ohio.
Spoiler alert, I did not put LeBron as the GOAT. Just saying.
Well, Stuart, we're talking about each individual sport. We're not talking about the greatest of all time amongst all 4 major sports. We're talking about the GOATs from each sport. We're talking about, basketball, baseball, hockey, and football.
Yes. So, yeah, like I said, we are in we like to call it the off season right now. I mean, we got baseball right over there, but we're going to talk about some sports on seeing who is the GOAT. Go bah, right now. Not doing a sheep, but it's okay.
Bah.
Bah.
The GOAT.
You did not know that's what they talk about, GOAT. But like I said, we're going to do the 4 sports. Sorry, soccer, unfortunately, or like the Brits like to call it footy. We are not putting you any GOATs. I'm sorry. Well, Nado's actually not the GOAT. I'm sorry. Hot take. By the way, no cups. You ain't the GOAT. But like I said, we can talk about the all these 4 sports, and who is the legendary GOATs of all time right now. So, Douglas, would you like to go first?
GOATs of all time, the greatest of all time.
All right. So I'll start. We'll start with hockey.
Yes.
All right. I'll give you my. So I mean, I think me and Chris both picked 2 for each sport. Is that correct?
Yeah, I picked 2 for each sport. So maybe you should start with your number 2, or are they in any order? Yeah, start with number 2, then go to number 1.
So, so here's the problem. I don't. This will be my 1B and my 1A. For my 1B, I have a Detroit Red Wings legend.
Oh, I'm thinking the same. I'm thinking the same thing. Same wing. I'm thinking of
probably Mr. Hockey himself.
Oh my!
No way, dude. Because I have Gordie Howe on my number 2 on my list as well.
Oh,
yeah, dude, Gordie Howe. Wow. He's 33 seasons, only one of 2 800-goal scorers. 6 MVPs, I believe I had down. And, he did all this in, an era that, defense was higher prioritized.
Yeah, let me see. I didn't write down the stats, but I have him right here. Yeah, 4-time Stanley Cup winner. He won the WHA Cup, or championship, twice.
Nice.
21-time All-Star. What a beast.
Yeah, just incredible. I mean, 800 goals in his career. It's about as good as it gets.
So he played up until the age of 51.
Isn't that wild too?
He signed 1 more year with let's see, what team is this? With the Hartford Whalers. Wow.
Yes,
impressive.
RIP to the Hartford Whalers. I mean, who used to be an NHL team. Unfortunately, they have gone.
So we all had Gordie Howe at number 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great. Because honestly, when I was doing my research, some of the lists I was comparing, they had Gordie Howe at like 4, 5. I was like, man, but then I started reading up about him, like looking at stats. I was like, man, Gordie Howe.
Yeah. No, same. Like the few lists that I looked, I didn't see him at 2 on any of them. I saw him anywhere like you said 3 to 6 on most lists. I mean, I'm sure we all have the same number 1 then based on this too. Do we all have the gentleman on the picture there?
Oh yeah, Mr. Wayne Gretzky.
The
Nice.
4-time Stanley Cup champion, Wayne Gretzky, Christopher.
Exactly. I mean, he had 200 points in a season. Only player ever to do that. He did it 4 times. 200 points in one season. I think he had an NHL record 92 goal season. Yeah, 92 goals in a season.
Yeah, 1981 and 1982 with the Oilers. He had 92 goals. Jeez.
Man,
Yeah.
if you had fantasy
Oh,
football,
yeah, I mean, with the same season, he had 212 points. Yeah, right there. And then he eclipsed 200 points in the 83-84 season, the 84-85 season.
Yeah, like that's unreal.
Which didn't he win a couple Stanley Cups with the Oilers, right?
he won, I think, 2 with the Oilers. They won 1 without him. Then I think he won 2 with the Kings, if I remember correctly.
I wish we knew.
I didn't note that, unfortunately.
I know he won 1 with the King. He did not win 1 with the Blue when he played with the Blues. I'm just saying.
All right, I'm gonna get down to this real quick.
Unfortunately, Stevie Yzerman decided to not let him win a cup against the St. Louis Blues. Just saying, a captain from Detroit.
Good deal, man. Good deal.
Mm-hmm. Is he the greatest Canadian sports person of all time? You gotta put Gretzky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know who else it'd be.
Yeah,
Wayne Gretzky, Stanley Cups in 84 and 85 with the Oilers. And those were the same seasons he had over 200 points. Yeah, direct correlation for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
how many Stanley Cups did he win?
I believe 4, if I'm correct.
Yeah, 4 overall.
Nice.
87, 88. Not sure.
Yeah.
Probably with you said what did you say, Stu? Which team
He played 2 with the Oilers, and then the Oilers won 1 without him. And then I believe 2 with the Kings, because definitely wasn't the Blues.
Nice.
The Rangers never won 1 since '94, so.
Very good. Mm-hmm. So it's cool that we all agreed upon the 2 greatest of all times, number 2 and number 1 for the NHL. That was quick.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say that'll be the only one sport that we all agree on.
Yes.
I could agree with you there. I could definitely agree with you there.
And then I will say we should do some baseball. Now, interestingly, if we do have a disagreement, we should have it like a lawyer, like ladies and gentlemen, the jury. Why? This man is the GOAT, and the other ones are not the GOATs.
All right. Who wants to go first on baseball?
Yeah, Stuart, how about you go first? Who do you have number 2 on your greatest of all time list for obviously the second greatest of all time for baseball? MLB.
I got to think of number 2. This is going to be an interesting one. This might be a surprise. I'm going to put Babe Ruth at number 2.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
That's a great spoiler alert here, Stu. He didn't make my top 2.
What?
Wow, no kidding. Whoa. Doug, who'd you have at number 2?
So that's the thing. I didn't do 1 and 2. I mean, we'll say Hank Aaron as my number 2.
Oh, it's gonna be interesting because I have Hank Aaron at number 1.
Wow, Stu, you switched up for me because I have Hank Aaron number 2, and then Mr. Babe Ruth himself at number 1.
We all agree on Hank Aaron being in the top 2. You guys agree on the Babe? Nice.
Now, we should argue with this one, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I just wanted to let you know, Theodore, why my client here, Mr. Hank Aaron, is the greatest baseball person of all time, and not Babe Ruth. one answer. Who has the most home runs in their career?
Is Hank Aaron between the two?
Yes, between the two.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Hank Aaron. Yeah.
I rest my case.
So you're basing off home runs.
Right.
That's interesting, Stu.
Yes.
All right, Stu. So let me make my case for number one here. Let me make my case. Willie Mays.
Woo! Oh man.
Really? That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Wow.
So he won 12 straight Gold Gloves.
True. Yeah.
660 home runs, 3,200 hits, and 1,900 RBIs. Like, he was a 24-time All-Star. Like, the dude was just unbelievable. A career 302 batting average. Wow. Second, yeah, there's just, you can go on and on. But this dude.
How many World Series did Willie Mays have?
So he was a true five-tool player, too. Let's see here. I don't know.
Because I had, I went, a little bit overboard, and I actually made the top three from each sport, and I had Willie Mays at number 3. Can you see how many World Series Willie Mays had?
I think just one.
Ooh, because I did see Willie Mays 12 straight Gold Gloves, best outfielder of all time. But then, you have Babe Ruth over here, 7 World Series. Let me see this real quick. Seven World Series, MVP, 2-time All-Star, which 2-time All-Star isn't the greatest, but he had an ERA title. And the greatest thing about Babe Ruth, he was a hitter and a pitcher. So that's just, let's see if I can.
But I will tell you this: Hank Aaron made the All-Star 25 times. Can you believe it? He made one before he retired.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That's GOAT stat. He had 20 years of making the All-Stars. Just saying. 20 years.
Yeah, All-Stars are great. Where I'm going at for the greatest of all time, Babe Ruth, 7 World Series, so 7 championships. That's a direct correlation with the greatest of all time, who I picked in another sport, 7 championships.
No, I'm going to put an asterisk a little bit. I know Babe Ruth is great, but hear me out.
I think I know where you're going with this still.
There's a huge problem with the asterisk right here in Babe Ruth's time. And there's a thing that was called racism. And I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, racism, segregation, they couldn't play in the same league. Yeah, you have a good point there, Stu.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, granted, I do think the Yankees would, even with integration, the Yankees would still be dominant. I digress.
Those pinstripes.
I read up on my Babe Ruth today, and I was super impressed. Don't get me wrong. I think 714 home runs, solid pitcher. But like Stu said, there's that asterisk, and that I'm like, man, I don't know.
If he could do that, if he could do the same statistics in this day and age baseball, then definitely greatest of all time.
Unbelievable GOAT. Even now he's top 3, even playing in that era.
And though also he even drank beer and ate hot dogs and was a big boy, and he still shot home runs.
See, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know.
The greatest.
It was 100 years ago.
Is he the greatest fat person ever to win a World's to be the GOAT? Even more than linebackers.
See, linebackers aren't fat though.
That's true.
Unless if you mean linemen, then maybe.
Yeah, linemen's right.
I don't know. I don't know enough fat guys. I think probably. I was just thinking Jason, or is that his name, Will Fork?
Yeah. Technically, there are a lot of big boys in the MLB. To be fair, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a few in the MLB. There's not many. I remember Prince Fielder being a heavier set fellow.
Mm-hmm.
But
all right, so I'm looking more at Babe Ruth, but his pitching now. Babe Ruth, his ERA through his 10 years of pitching, 2.28. I think that's pretty good.
I mean, no doubt, no doubt. He was unbelievable.
Also, I got to say, batting average for Hank Aaron, 305. Enough said.
Yeah.
That's an average of his
doubt.
career. Not
Well,
average
I almost put, I think I almost put Ty Cobb because he had a career batting average of like 370, but I couldn't quite pull the trigger. I think he'd probably be like my fourth. But like, I think it was him and Ted Williams both had like 400 seasons.
Oh, Stu, you said Hank Aaron 305 batting average. Babe Ruth career batting average 342. Come on.
But
How
how many home runs in a career? Just saying.
many World Series? See, like I somewhat base the GOAT off like how much he affects his team and not carry his team, but yet maybe carries his team to a championship and winning the championships. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, he's not on my list at the moment, but maybe one day if we do this again in 5-10 years, maybe Patrick Mahomes will be up there in the GOAT debate for NFL because he has all these championships or these rings.
I mean, granted, Hank Aaron only won one World Series in 57.
There you go, Babe Ruth 7.
But
it's like,
back to what I said.
Better.
I feel like the league was so much better than what it was back then.
True, like you guys did say, there was that.
There's a huge asterisk.
Segregation, right.
Yeah, so.
I wish we could go in a parallel universe back to parallel universe, see how Babe Ruth would perform, but
yeah,
it'd be so nice if you could, like, because it'd be awesome to see how well he pitched and how well he did everything. Because part of the reason I put Willie Mays as number one is like he was a true 5-tool player. Like, the Gold Gloves, like he was regardless just one of the best like pure players. Where like Hank Aaron was a great hitter, but you don't hear about his defense. I mean, Babe Ruth obviously have the pitching too, which is just as compelling to me, if not more. But I don't know. I was also thinking about like the complete player, not just can he hit home runs, but can he, 12 Gold Gloves, all the MVPs, 660 home runs still, like in that era, like that's right behind Hank Aaron. Like that's awesome.
And yeah, like you said, like all around player. That's why Babe Ruth, because he did the pitching, he did the batting. Does Shohei Ohtani, does he still pitch? I haven't really followed him.
Yes,
and not this year. No, he's not this year though.
Yes. I guess
this year he's just pitching.
No, I will say, Douglas, are you gonna go to the a Tigers game this week? And I'm just saying.
Why would I go to the Tigers game?
Because you might see Shohei Ohtani coming to Detroit.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't planning on. I gotta go to Arizona on Sunday.
Boo! Cancel that trip. You are going straight. I'll be like, sorry, work. I got bigger obligations right now to see Shohei Ohtani. Click.
Hey, speaking about the Detroit Tigers are playing my Cleveland Guardians, Cleveland Indians, what have you. And still tied 7-7 going to the top of the ninth. Guardians up to bat.
Oh man, the Guardians had the bases loaded in the top of the eighth.
Oh really? Oh geez, that sounds terrible. Well, it sounds great, but it sounds terrible that we didn't score.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I might actually put that on my YouTube TV also.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, probably just to see. But like I said, I still think that we still have one person as the GOAT. And still Hank Aaron. I'm just saying. Most home runs.
I mean, I think we all
it's crazy that we all picked different number ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, it is. Who was your number two?
We can't really have a debate, and like you guys will not persuade me to like go to Willie Mays or to Hank Aaron. I'm dead set on Babe Ruth.
See, that's fair. Like, I think I'm more persuadable, but like I really feel strongly that if they played at the same time, Willie Mays would have been the better player.
Ooh. Very true.
Boo this man.
So I don't know. Do you want to jump to football?
Yes. And I think
we all agree on number one, I assume, maybe.
I mean,
I mean, hey, let's start with our number 2, and then we'll see where we're headed for number 1. Because I assume we'd all have the number 1, but
Yeah, I think I will have a different number 2. I will go out on that limb here that I will not have the same number 2, but maybe I'm wrong.
all
Stu
right.
might have the same number 2 as me, actually. Stu, what's your number 2?
oh, this is gonna be a good one. I might have to go with the running back for number 2.
What?
I'm gonna
Barry
decide.
Sanders? Wow.
No. I'm going for something that was on America's team.
Oh
And I
my
just watched
gosh.
I watched his video on why this man was great on NFL
This is the
films.
worst pick of all time.
Emmett the Goat Smith.
Emmett
Stu,
Smith.
how can he be the second best player of all time if he's not even the best running back of all time?
No, he is the best running back of all time. I will still argue with this. Emmett Smith is
No,
way
man. Like
better. He's
ask
a
any
superior running back.
ask any actual football fan. Like, man, he had like the best offensive line in history. Congratulations. Watch what Barry Sanders did with a bunch of, randos, and he's sitting there just going through an entire team,
Yes,
single-handedly carrying a
Well,
team.
hear
I
me out.
agree. I would. Yeah,
Okay,
Emmett
hear
Smith
me
is
out.
not the best running back.
Hear me out. This is why
No.
Emmett Smith in one game, it was against the Giants. They had to win this game to get the away game and to have home field advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Emmett Smith dislocated his shoulder. His shoulder was hurt.
Oh, no.
It was like he might be out of the game. But you know what Emmett Smith did? He's like, I got to let this team win this one. I got to do this. So he came back with a dislocated shoulder, still played, and still got 2 touchdowns. That's
Wow.
dedication.
So that
That is
still
gold.
doesn't make him the greatest of all time, or the second greatest of all time.
Just saying, and we did win that. We did win that, so we can get home field advantage. And you know what? Because of that, we got a Lombardi. Because of that, that's why
Oh,
there's
wow,
3
Stu, that's
rings.
great.
That's why 3 rings go to Cowboys dynasty.
Oh my gosh, that was
So wait, sir, based off my idea, how many Super Bowls does Emmett Smith have?
3.
3. Okay. And Doug, who's your number 2? I want to hear this.
wait, so even Emmett Smith says Barry was better.
No.
Emmett
Yes,
Smith
sure.
himself, dude.
Emmett
Like,
Smith
unreal. Like, what are we even arguing? The man himself said, hey, Barry Sanders is a better running back than
no.
Sir, he's admitting that he's not the greatest.
Lies. No, it's Emmett Smith. Emmett Smith is the GOAT.
Oh my goodness.
I will argue to the day I will die.
Sir, if we gave 1,000 people like a survey, who are the top 3 running backs of all time?
Emmett Smith is on that question.
And Emmett Smith would still not be on that top 3
Who
list.
What? What?
Well, all right, possibly top 3, but definitely not top 1 and not top 2.
Oh, okay.
He'd be
I
number
was
3.
about to be not top 2. Not top 2. How dare you?
Stu, this is where we can finally see that you did not do your homework.
How dare you? How dare you?
What
And how
did
dare you
one
guys
of-
not
wait,
do my homework, even though I was casual on this one. But that's okay.
Yeah, sir, you didn't do your homework, so I don't know if your number 2 is very accurate here.
I'll give you Emmett Smith as a top 3-ish running back.
But boo.
I mean,
You know what?
Barry, maybe Walter Payton.
So Walter Payton is my number 3. I was looking at like Jim Brown, but like going off my mentality of being the greatest of all time, you have to produce championships because that's what the fans want. That's what the city wants. Jim Brown, he didn't win a Super Bowl ring. He did win one, with a football. I don't know what it was called, but it was called a championship. And it was before the NFL, instituted the Super Bowl. So no Super Bowls for Jim Brown. So that's why Jim Brown would be number 2, if not number 3, in my opinion, for running back wise.
All right. Well, Chris, who do you have as your number 2 GOAT in football?
All right, number 2 go Jerry Rice. And man, looking at stats and everything like that, he had where's this puppy at? Let's see here. Let me pull it up here. Yeah, so Jerry Rice, he was leading receiver in yards of all time. He had 5,000 more receiving yards than Larry Fitzgerald, who was second in NFL history. 5,000 more than number 2. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, but yeah, let me see
That's
how many
really
Super
good.
Bowls Mr. Jerry Rice.
I think he only
3-time
won.
Super Bowl champion, 13-time Pro Bowl, 10-time All Pro. All right. Yeah. Pretty good roster, pretty good statistics there.
I mean,
No doubt.
Who's your number 2, Mr. Doug?
So I have a defensive player.
Ooh.
it starts with is it LT?
Yes, absolutely. It is Mr. Lawrence Taylor Stewart.
Oh
The man
my!
talks, Stu.
Yes.
So for one, he was the last defensive player to win an MVP, and that was like 40 years ago. 9 times All Pro. I think he had the NFL record for sacks until not too long ago at 20 and a half in one single season. 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Widely regarded as the greatest defender of all time.
Does it say? Because you know where my question is going to be. Does it say? Has he won any Super Bowls?
Yes. I don't remember how. Let me see how many he won. I
I
know
think
he
he
at
won
least
2.
won
He
one
won
with the
2,
Giants.
right?
Yeah, I think he
2.
won 2.
You won 2.
Yeah.
Okay, that's impressive for sure.
Which is also fun because I
Yeah.
watched NFL Network, not on Lawrence Taylor, but on Bill Parcells, the coach of the almighty New York Giants.
Nice.
Yes.
Let's see here. Yeah, no, he didn't win the Super Bowl MVP. He did win an MVP though.
He won what
Yeah,
MVP?
he won just a league MVP.
Oh
as
yeah,
a
the NFL.
defensive
Yeah,
player.
Jerry Rice, he did not win an MVP, Super Bowl or NFL like regular season. Oh no, he did win Super Bowl 23 MVP. Okay, all right, so I
Nice.
misspoke there.
So he won a Super Bowl one. Lawrence Taylor won an NFL
Regular.
just regular season. But I mean, from everything I saw, like nine-time All Pro at a defensive tackle is insane.
It is. This is why I'm going to say it. I do agree. Lawrence Taylor, best defensive GOAT of all time.
Nice.
While still on
Lawrence Taylor for sure, best defensive player of all time, absolutely.
While still on chemical substance. Just saying.
You love to hear
What's
it.
Stu?
While still on chemical substance.
Oh, was that? Wait, you're saying Lawrence Taylor was on a chemical substance? I didn't know about this.
Not steroids, I should say.
Okay.
I'm trying to be as PG as possible, but like I said, man had
He had enhancing things that enhances athleticism.
Probably did not enhance, but probably was more of a hindrance. But still, that's why he was the GOAT.
All right.
Yeah. Good deal. Well, so who do we all have as number 1? Any?
I think.
We all say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
7 rings. Had the Patriots dynasty. Literally made us all hate the New England Patriots. If you hate a team because they're so good, I think that might be GOAT status.
Oh, if you hate someone because they're so good, you fear how great they are as a player.
Yeah, or like this team is such a good dynasty. Him, Bill Belichick, Patriots dynasty. When you're gonna think if you're gonna think the 2000s, 2010s of like GOATs of all time in sports, Patriots.
Oh yeah, I mean if you're any team in the NFL, you don't want to be playing the Patriots, and obviously that's when you don't want to play a team for several years in a row. That team right there is dynasty, and then you're led by the greatest of all time, Mr. Tom Brady.
That's why he's the GOAT, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Brady will always be the GOAT.
Wow. This is absolutely off topic. Did you guys know that the Guardians have the second best win percentage in baseball?
Yeah, they're right behind the Philadelphia Phillies because we have the same amount of losses. Well, last time I checked, I think it was yesterday. We have the same amount of losses, but they have 2 more wins than we do. So yeah, we're a game back. But yeah, second best win percentage. Let's go, Tribe.
Let's go
That's
try.
insane. Good.
Yeah, and we lost one of our great pitchers, right? Didn't we lose one of our talented pitchers out of the season? We're still doing good.
Yeah, we lost him at within the first week of the season. Yeah, Tom Brady, 5-time Super Bowl MVP, 7-time Super Bowl champion. Man,
It's gonna be so much
Yeah, I
fun.
mean, I think
he has so many accolades. Like it's just a long list. Goes on and on. It's like a target
yeah, like
receiver.
yeah, like every record imaginable. I think the deal breaker like the final straw for me was when he won the Tampa Bay Super Bowl. Like they didn't even win their division. It's like, oh man, like they might win a game. Nobody expect him to do anything. Then as a wild card, he just casually goes out. Because I think that season he beat Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. They beat the Saints, I'm pretty sure, in the playoffs.
Yeah, at that Saints field. So all their games was away except for their Super Bowl, which was at home. Ironically enough.
Like what an insane literally that's how great he was in the playoffs. He took a wild card team to the Super Bowl.
Wait, what? I mean, maybe I don't remember it. The Super Bowl was in Tampa Bay that year.
Yes.
Oh man, nothing like some good
he
home
was
field advantage,
Yeah, and it wasn't like
was
he didn't get a
also-
Mickey Mouse trophy, unlike LeBron in the
LeBron?
COVID years. Just saying.
The bubble, the Disney bubble.
The Disney.
Mhm.
What a.
Well, I mean, yeah, he definitely earned that one. That's for damn sure.
I mean, now we're in the final leg right now, gentlemen. We're gonna talk about some NBAs. Is it okay if I go for my number one first?
No, go with your number 2, Stu. We're going 2, then 1.
All right, I'm thinking my first one got to be Kobe Bryant.
Really?
Yes. Lakers dynasty in the 2000s, amazing. Scored 80 points in one game.
81. Yeah, you're right, Stu. You're right.
81.
How many NBA championships does he have?
I think he had like 2 or 3.
So I mean, yeah, the Lakers did have a dynasty for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, and it does stink if
Kobe Bryant has.
Yeah, I will say this: if if Kobe and Shaq didn't have like their feud, I think they would probably would have won more championships.
So I was looking at a list today. It said that Shaquille O'Neal better player all time than Kobe Bryant. What do you guys feel about that? Because I personally feel Kobe Bryant was a better player than Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah,
That's
just when.
Actually, I would like to chime in here because I put Shaquille O'Neal as my number 2 all-time player.
No, no kidding.
Oh, also, Kobe Bryant has gotten 5 rings in his career.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, if I was like I said, if I'm going off of rings, which I usually do, my number 2 player. Wait, how many rings does my number 2 player have? Let's see. He definitely does not. Yeah, it does not have 5. He has 4, and my number 2 is LeBron James.
What? No, I love LeBron, but is he better than Kobe in his prime?
Most people say yes.
LeBron James. I mean, LeBron James is dominated. I can't count how many. Well, I can't remember how many walk-off jumpers he had, like in the playoffs alone. I remember the Washington Wizards, Detroit Pistons. I think the Orlando Magic as well. Yeah, he just had he was just so dominant. I mean, yeah, he's 39 years old right now, going to be turning 40 in December. And he's still playing, but his statistics are great. But yeah, LeBron in his prime, unstoppable.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, I think there could easily be a case for LeBron at number 2. Probably is the right move.
Yes.
So wait,
Now
Doug. Why did you say Shaquille O'Neal number 2?
I just think because part of my logic, it's very similar to my Willie Mays pick, is I tried to go for most complete all around player, and so, and what I mean by that is Shaquille O'Neal, he just did a lot, man. He won 3 Finals MVPs, so that's more than Kobe Bryant, I believe.
Yeah, you're right. He was able to drain those outside 3-pointers.
Exactly. Even with not being able to hit 3-pointers, he's still top 10 all time in scoring.
True. Ooh, yeah, that's a great point, actually.
And blocks. He's 15th in rebounds. He won an MVP, 3 Finals MVPs, 4 titles. And a lot of people to this day call him the most dominant individual player. When he wanted to, he could dominate the entire game. Even Kobe himself said, dude, if Shaq trained as hard as I did, he would have been quite literally the best player to ever play.
Because the list, like I said, I was comparing multiple lists when I was coming up with my top 2, and Shaquille O'Neal, he was hovering around between 10 and 14, between number 10 and number 14. So I didn't really even compare him to the top 5 that I was comparing. So yeah, maybe I should have looked at Shaquille because like you're saying, he's just complete that, and he has the same amount of championships as LeBron. You said 4, right?
Yeah, and it's a stretch of an argument, but I've always thought that he's the best. When he was in his prime, there was nobody that could take over the league like him. Kobe could just throw him lobs. He played awesome defense, blocks, rebounds. He would just take over an entire game.
Wow.
I mean, obviously not that Kobe Bryant couldn't. He scored 41 points in a game, but
yeah, I mean, honestly, you might have me convinced, but I mean, if I had to watch, or if there had been a game, 1-on-1, LeBron versus Kobe Bryant, Stewart's number 2, or LeBron versus Shaquille, Doug, you're number 2. I think LeBron would take those guys down.
yeah, you might be right. Because I mean, LeBron is kind of the perfect combination of speed, strength.
Yeah, 6'8", 6'9", 250, right around there. So he can get the rebounds. But yeah, the blocks, the domination by Shaquille. Yeah, I think I had Kobe Bryant as my number 3 because Kobe Bryant, what, five championships? Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I think we need to talk about our number 1, and I'm thinking we're all thinking this man right over here is our number 1. Fyodor and Chris, do you agree?
Mr. Air Jordan himself, Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Michael Jordan, the GOAT. And if you would have said, oh my God, if people would have said LeBron over Jordan, I would have been like, no. No.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. This debate's gotten crazy close for me, though. If I'm, I don't know. Just from a pure stat standpoint, LeBron is so dominant, but there's just something about MJ and his mentality and his killer instinct and how unbelievably competitive and how he can raise the standard. Where I think my gripe with LeBron has always been, I felt like sometimes in big moments he shrunk. He started passing the ball more. He didn't have that where Michael Jordan's no, I'm shooting this.
See, we can have the argument. See, I like. So the Guardians just went up 8-7 against the Tigers. Anyways, so I'm not sure the numbers, but I'm very confident that Michael Jordan went to more playoffs than LeBron James. And statistically wise, LeBron James has won more championships off of the amount of times he's been in the playoffs, whereas Michael Jordan.
But
Sorry, what?
But here's my argument right here. How many times did LeBron James make the playoffs? I mean, went me to the NBA Finals.
I think he's 4 for 7. Yeah, I see where you're going, Stu, because Michael Jordan he's 6 for 6.
Yeah.
MJ is 6 for 6.
How many times did Michael Jordan go to the finals? 6. How many times he's won? 6.
Yeah.
Never lost a finals.
So LeBron James has more playoff wins than Michael Jordan had total playoff games.
See, there
But,
you go.
but
Well, I mean, so it's not a good thing. Like Michael had a way higher win percentage.
True. Hey,
But-
Doug, can you see how many playoffs Michael Jordan went to? Like total, how many? Because like there were several playoff series that the Bulls like lost in the first round.
Yeah, so did LeBron early in his career, though.
I don't think it's as many times as Michael Jordan, though.
But you're gonna really tell me that Michael Jordan is not?
I mean, it has to be though. There's no way LeBron would have played. LeBron played more than 100 more games. That's crazy.
But you gotta put it this way. Michael Jordan's, you know what his favorite team was? The 91 Chicago Bulls, the 92 Chicago Bulls, the 93 Chicago Bulls, the 97 Chicago Bulls.
Played in 21 seasons.
I will even argue.
Whoa, Stuart, Doug's telling us some facts here.
Well, so LeBron James has played 21 seasons, and I think he's made the playoffs 20 of them.
Oh, really? Okay.
15 seasons. 21st seasons. And then Jordan also, in 2 of his 15 seasons, he didn't even play 25% of the game.
So?
Of the games during the season?
Yeah, so I'm not sure what that was about. Maybe early in his career.
Yeah,
maybe he had an injury or something.
But I just got to say one thing. This man right over here.
Wait. So before you say whatever you're about to say, Doug, does it say how many seasons MJ played and how many he made it to the playoffs?
How many? So played 13 years and in the playoffs. Played 13 years in the playoffs in his career. Let's see about LeBron. So
you say LeBron made the playoffs. Yeah, 20 times. Huh. So maybe I'm wrong with what I said that MJ made it.
It's now 97.
Because that's not right. Yeah, I was mistaken then. Yeah, LeBron James had way more opportunities to make it to the NBA Finals via just entering the playoffs.
Well, so Michael Jordan would have won like 45% of the championships for the years he made the playoffs, where LeBron has made 4 out of 20, so that's
like
20%.
So
yeah, 20%. Yeah.
This is why I would say why MJ is still the GOAT. He won.
Dude, do they win 8 straight championships if he doesn't leave?
What?
Think they win 8 straight championships if he doesn't retire?
Oh, Michael Jordan?
Yeah. The 2 years they retired, do you think they would have beat Houston those 2 years?
No, they didn't do anything without Jordan.
That's what I'm asking. I'm saying if Jordan did not retire,
Jordan didn't retire, Stu.
When he retired, they didn't win no championships without Michael Jordan.
Stu, what I'm asking is if he did not retire, would they have won the championship those 2 years?
Hypothetical, Stu.
Oh yeah. They would have won those 2. They would have won 8. They would have won 8 championships.
All right. So they would have won all 8. They would have won 8 straight championships if he didn't retire.
Can you believe that? That would be that's GOAT. That's like
I mean, I wasn't arguing that LeBron is the greatest of all time. I was trying to make small little arguments that could possibly build up. But yeah, MJ, the greatest of all time for sure. So you guys are saying he possibly could have won 8? Wow. Oof.
So part of thought of pro LeBron, I will say this. One of the things I like to consider is like consistent greatness. And like LeBron being at like a near MVP level for 20 years, like he probably should have more than 4 MVPs.
So yeah, back on what you're saying, Doug, absolutely more than 4 MVPs because his numbers, I don't think it was this season, but I think it was last season. His numbers from last season when he was 38 years old in the NBA were pretty much identical statistics as when he won the MVP X amount of years ago. But yeah, look, for him not to win it like 2 years ago, it's it was
definitely fatigue for sure.
I mean, I'm just gonna say this. MJ's still the GOAT. He always talked about when this man had a flu. He was sick one day. He had the flu. And you know what he did? He said, no, I'm still playing this game. I don't care if I'm going to not be 100%. And I will still beat the Utah Jazz.
Stu, I got a question for you.
Yes.
I got a question for you. Because this is something I liked. I heard like a guy talk about this when he was thinking about the GOAT for basketball. When you think of basketball, there's going to be, I don't know how to explain this well, but like, how long do you think an individual player was the clear-cut best player in the league? So, like in the 90s, it's clearly Michael Jordan is the best player. In the early 2000s, it's clearly Kobe Bryant. How long would you say LeBron was considered the the super clear best player in the NBA?
I thought it was him and
Chris?
Curry.
I'd
say
probably say LeBron. I mean, it was because you had Steph Curry. You know, when LeBron James lost 3 out of 4 NBA Finals. So yeah, you had Steph Curry, you had Kevin Durant at one time being called the greatest player in the NBA at the moment. So I'd say LeBron was dominant or dominating the league and being called the greatest player in the NBA for like maybe 3 or 4 years.
It's insane because like Kobe Bryant was probably 8 or 9.
Exactly. So yeah, you have a great point there. Because also, yeah, like James Harden back just a few years ago, he was considered one of the greatest in the NBA at the time. Russell or Westbrook. So yeah, you had a whole array of players. And yeah, you're right. You know, Michael Jordan during his time, he was a dominator. Kobe Bryant during his time, he was considered the best.
I'll say, I mean, I would maybe say LeBron from like 2011 to 2013, 2014. Because then I would say it probably goes to Steph Curry because, I mean, he won 3 out of 4 championships. And, like, obviously LeBron won another one in there. But, like,
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I think it was clear, I would say it was clear cut for, like, his Miami Heat days that he was the best player on the planet.
Well, because you also had Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. It was like I don't even know what they call themselves, but yeah, you had 3 guys just dominating basketball at the time.
Well, you know, and then like now, obviously, it's not LeBron. I mean, I don't even know who it would be right now. It's probably the Joker era. You know, right now it's probably.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting conversation. Who's the greatest NBA player at the moment? Yeah, you have the Joker.
The 20s.
Giannis would be up there, but I wouldn't consider him the best. I mean, he hasn't really proved himself yet, but statistically wise, from last season, Victor Wembanyama. But yeah,
Well,
that's a whole different conversation.
Like, yeah,
So,
I don't know. It's hard to say right now. I mean, I would say Jokic probably, but it's hard to say.
yeah, this is going to be an interesting conversation because, like I said, I'm still going to argue that there's one man that's the GOAT of all the sports. We should now figure it out before we go. Who's the GOAT of all the sports? And ladies and gentlemen, I'm picking this man right
here. We agreed on 3 GOATs being number 1. We had, or in 3 of the sports, we had Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, and Tom Brady. So out of those 3, because obviously we disagreed on MLB. So out of those 3, who do you guys think would be the greatest of all time?
Jordan.
Those 3.
Jordan. Hands down.
I'd say Brady.
Yeah, I would vote on Tom Brady.
Brady at least lost a couple Super Bowls. And granted, he did have that one season where it was like 08 where they went 19-0 before they lose to
the Giants.
If they would have sacked Eli, they would have gone 20-0. If they just would have sacked him.
So I mean, it's a hard debate because I mean he lost 2, but he also won more of them. And I would say that the NFL, it's harder to. I don't know. I feel like the NFL, it's harder to like win that consistently. But, and across, because like you can make. I saw this amazing thing where you could break Tom Brady's career into 3 different segments, and each one of those segments would have been a Hall of Fame player. Like he would have made the Hall of Fame if you just look at his start of his career till about 2006, 2007, from 2007 to 2014, and then from 2014 until he retired. He has literal enough stats in each one of those segments of like 7 years to make the Hall of Fame. Huh. Like literally 3 Hall of Fame careers in one player.
Dude, that's crazy.
Like the first one, he has 3 Super Bowls. Then in like the middle of his career, he had like 1 or 2 Super Bowls and like 2 or 3 MVPs. And at the end of his career, he had like another 3 Super Bowls. Like it was insane.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't know about that, but that's another check mark for him on him being the greatest of all time. Better than Jordan. Sorry, Stu.
Boo, boo. Brady didn't win a game on the flu. Just saying. Just saying.
What? All right. Was it a game 7 or was it a series clinching victory?
Game
You said it was against
7.
the Utah Jazz.
Game 7. He had the
No,
flu.
I think it was game 6, too.
But did they win the series after that, or was it just to tie the series, or what?
They won the series because
All
of
right.
that.
Well, so here's the thing. So I'll read you guys the stats on Tom Brady's 3 careers if you care. It's an ESPN article. They just did it. So you have 2000 to 2006, 07 to 13, and then 14 to 20. The first one, he has 3 Super Bowls,
Ooh.
3 Pro Bowls, 2 Super Bowl MVPs in the first 7 years of his career. The next 7 years, he has 0 Super Bowls, but he has 2 MVPs, 6 Pro Bowls, 2 first-team All-Pros.
Dang, he went on. You said that was like a 7-year segment right there?
Yeah, so from 07, when they would have lost to the Giants, until 13, they did not win one. And then the last Tom Brady has 4 Super Bowls, an MVP, 5 Pro Bowls, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, and an All-Pro.
Oh man, he bowled out in those in that last segment there.
I mean,
Yeah, last 7 years, 4 Super Bowls. Like, literally.
You said 4 Super Bowls, 3 Super Bowl MVPs. Man, what a beast! And that right there proves it. Tom Brady, greatest. Well, I don't want to say greatest athlete of all time, because that could be even another debate or another discussion. But yeah, out of these 4 sports we've been talking about, yeah, Tom Brady for sure, greatest of all time.
Just from the year 2000 to 2006, he had the NFL record for most playoff game-winning drives. In just the first 6-7 years of his career, he had more than anybody in history, or at least tied.
Boo this man. I just got to say, no, Jordan is the GOAT.
Sir, I bet there was a little bit in you. They're like, I can't pick Tom Brady because he went to the University of Michigan. So
no, it wasn't because Tom Brady went to Michigan. I'm saying Jordan had a 72-10 season on his 4th championship. The 96.
Yeah, they were 72-10.
That's probably one of the greatest teams of all time.
Tom Brady has the greatest regular season of all time too. He went 16-0.
Did they win a championship because of that season?
Well, no, but they're the same best regular seasons. Tom Brady has the stat for best regular season of all time as well.
But still,
Who has more championships, Stu?
Well,
right.
I count 7 versus 6 if you're gonna not count his perfect season.
Perfect. I mean, Jordan was perfect in NBA Finals. Perfect.
He had the most. Do you know who scored the most points in NBA history, Stu?
What?
It's not Michael Jordan. Do you know
That's
the most
right.
passes?
It's not Michael Jordan.
Oh, don't give me this. Is it fucking LeBron?
It's Tom Brady, Stu. Tom Brady is the most touchdowns.
Boo this man. Boo this man. Boo this man.
Tom Brady not only has more championships, but he also holds more records in his respective sport.
I'm just saying, like,
for the thumbnail for this video should be just a picture of Tom Brady with a crown.
No, Michael Jordan was dominant in the 90s. Besides 1990, every year that he played, won a champion.
The last 7 years of Stu, the last 7 years of Tom Brady's career, he won 4 championships. In his late 30s and 40s, the man won 4 championships. The man won 3 championships in his early 20s. Dominant in 3 eras.
All right. We may tend to disagree, but I'm still right.
Yeah, we're not going to change Stuart's mind on this one.
No, I will.
Even if we're voting 2 against 1, Stu, sorry.
Boo! Boo! Even though I got to say, bah!
All right, well, I want to see what Google says is the all-time sports GOAT.
Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna forget Google. I'm gonna ask my friend, Mr. ChatGPT.
Ooh, nah.
Yes. Who?
Yeah.
Greatest pro player in sports of all time? What was ChatGPT? Okay. We could have done tennis and that. We could have done golf and done Tiger Woods, but who was number
See,
one?
I think the thing that works against Tom Brady is he's not like the most athletically gifted. You know, like Michael Jordan had like amazing like speed, vertical, like everything. Where like Tom Brady's getting put lower on the list. Oh, here we go.
Who is better?
CBS did this ranking. They had Gordie Howe at number 9.
Ooh.
And they had Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio at 7, Yogi Berra at 6, Gretzky at 5, Bill Russell at 4, Tom Brady at 3,
Oh no.
Babe Ruth at 2, Michael Jordan at 1.
Wow. Oh no.
Agree.
Wow, but hey, so that's just one source. I'm sure if we found another link or something, it'd be a different top 10 or
It's
whatever.
ESPN never lies. So that's not
No,
that's right.
Those CBS do.
Yeah, that was CBS Sports too.
Unfortunately, ChatGPT is not like giving.
It's cool that I like CBS Sports. It's cool. It's cool that my number 1 baseball of all time, Babe Ruth, is number 2 of all time. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good one. I can't believe our two hockey players were in the top 10 too.
Yeah, and
CBS.
Oh, they did not have Jerry Rice though. Who's your? Yeah, Lawrence Taylor wasn't up there. They had Gordie Howe up there, right? I think I heard his name.
Yeah, Gordie Howe was 9th.
Okay, and then LeBron James was not on the list, nor was Hank Aaron. Okay, gotcha. I was just checking my top 2 from each sport there.
I mean,
yeah, they had the Yankees. They had like a few Yankees players on there.
Yes, but like I said, I'm still going to be correct. It's Michael Jordan. Even ChatGPT said Michael Jordan's the GOAT. Who is yes?
Yeah, I mean you can have your opinions too. I'll disagree with it, but I respect it.
You know what we should do? We like I said earlier, we should have a survey. Survey 100, 1,000 people. But hey, who's the greatest of all time amongst these players, and see who would it be? Would it be Tom Brady? Would it be Michael Jordan? Would it be someone else that we come from our list? And like, if we included all the players from our list, who would they vote the greatest of all time?
I will say Michael Jordan is probably the richest sports person of all time. Just saying.
Who?
Oh,
he's a billionaire now.
I think so is like Roger Federer, LeBron James. They're both billionaires.
Yeah,
I think Michael Jordan is like the wealthiest player.
Yeah, I think he's worth like $3 billion.
His stake in Nike, I think, is just for his contracts or whatever he makes from Nike.
I think he made more money out of the NBA than in the NBA, if I'm mistaken, right?
Here we go, Doug.
All right, so I got a list. I have a list here.
Okay.
Number 1 is in fact Michael Jordan at $3.7 billion.
Nice.
Yes.
Number 2 might be a surprise, but I don't think it should be if you think about it.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Yeah, Tiger
Woods
has to be number 2.
Who's number 3? What sport does number 3 play or did play?
We're a soccer player here at number 3.
Messi?
Oh. No, it won't be Messi.
Ronaldo?
It's probably Ronaldo.
It is $1.92 billion.
I will also say Ronaldo is not the GOAT because he's never won a championship. Just saying.
I would. If I had to do soccer, Messi would probably be 1. Ronaldo 2.
Yeah.
Maybe, like I said earlier, maybe in Pele.
Well, I mean, the difference between Ronaldo and Messi isn't a ton. It's about 0.3 billion. So, I mean, it's still 300 million, but they're right there.
So is Messi number 4 then?
No, Messi's down at 6.
Oh.
LeBron is up there. Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus are up there. Roger Federer's at 9 at 1.5 billion.
Wow.
And then Phil Mickelson.
Roger Federer, 1.5 billion. How's a tennis player get so much money?
Well, I mean, he won 21 majors, and he was sponsored by like so many elite companies like Rolex and all the other major brands.
I will
Gotcha.
say also, just to let you know, FYI, the Guardians did beat your Tigers. Sorry, Douglas.
That's right, 9-8. 9-8.
I did say that, Stu. I did hear you say that.
We're in a great debate about, LeBron versus Brady, or not LeBron, sorry, Jordan versus Brady. So I didn't want to bring it up.
Well,
Also-
I hate to break it to you boys, but I know the Tigers stink.
Yeah, they're not above 500, and I was very surprised at the Indians. I know it's the series is in Detroit, so you might have a little bit of home field advantage, but I was surprised that we lost last night, and we lost because of an error. But
Yeah,
can't win them all.
You can't win them all, but like I said, but I guess we can talk about for next week. I think it's time to go take me out to the ball game. I think we're gonna have to talk about the American League. Next week we're gonna talk about the American League in baseball. So we have our schedule ready for right now and I just wanted to let you know, gentlemen, because we're gonna get ready right now. So next week I was thinking the AL League, then the NL League for baseball. Maybe the final week we get to talk about the opening ceremony of the Olympics because it's about to start soon in the final week of July. And then we're going to get to August. It's a very important month.
Football.
We got NFL season. From here until February, we are going to talk about the NFL season nonstop. It is going to be great and glorious.
Been a long few months.
It's going to be a long few months, and we're going to
No, it's been a long few months since football ended. So now we're almost there.
I know we're almost here. We're at the home stretch. It's been tough, even I've been enjoying these like the summer break of sports so far. So this has actually been fun. So I can't say it's like this has been bad.
Been fun for sure, guys.
So like I said, that's gonna be our game plan for next week. And then like I said, we're gonna be talking about nothing but NFL in August. It's gonna be glorious. We are going to do also, just wanted to let you know, we are going to do a preview for each 8 teams each week until we get to our final week where we talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, the final team that won the Super Bowl. And we'll do a tier makers. Not tier makers.
Sounds good. Well, hey, we'll talk about it later, right?
Yes. We'll talk about it later.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
I know, but like I said, any final thoughts about who's the GOATs?
Go Tom Brady.
Good old TB12.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to say this. I gave Michael Jordan the flu. He still won.
Well, Stu, bad effort.
Nice.
All righty, everybody. Like I said, we're pretty much all set. And like I said, everyone, I'm going to catch you later, Mr. Gator, because take care.